Hello, thought I'd do some DMC3 HD DDMK. Well, that's a tongue twister. Thought I'd do some DDMK practice. I have had this mod pretty much since the early versions of it. However, I've never been able to use it because it turns out when you play this game on a monitor or resolution that's higher than the game's normal base max resolution of 1080p, the coordinates for this don't work, meaning that you can't actually click on things as you normally could. The coordinates were all messed up. I actually talked to him. I told him that I backed him on Patreon for probably the longest time out of anybody. I definitely donated a lot of money to this project, and I never was really able to use it until now. And he said he was going to look into it. However, I fixed it by just going into the INI for this port and just forcing it to run at 1440p, and that seems to have fixed the coordinates. So I figured I'd practice a little bit on here before the Switch version comes out. Now, in a few days, on the 14th, we're supposed to get the final feature announcement for the Switch version. I don't have any inside information, obviously, but I assume that it's probably going to be something like a training mode. If you know the history of like DMC games, you know that like the mods and stuff are cool, but one of the things you could really benefit from is having the training mode. And it wasn't until DMC5, just barely a year ago, where console players actually had access to something like that. So I assume that's probably what it would be. I don't really see what else they could add to the game at this point that would not be significantly more work than something like putting Virgil in DMC5 already has like a face model, a voice actor, and a bunch of animations. He already has a pretty decent amount of a moveset, and they still haven't done that yet. So that's what I think it will be. I hope they'll have things like some of the things in here are actually really nice. Crazy combos in particular. Doing those on turbo mode is like a nightmare normally, and you can actually make it so that it will come out pretty easily. I've never been good at mashing. Notice I play a lot of like timing based games. I don't really play anything that's really intensive on mashing. It's just mashing's never really been a strong gaming skill for me. So I appreciate having things like that. There's a couple other cool things in here as well. Like I gave myself 5 dashes to kind of simulate how it works in DMC5, where they just removed the trickster dash restriction completely. I haven't messed with too much else. I lowered the crazy combo timer, and that's basically it. So let's go through 2 missions. I was quite good at DMC3 back when it came out, but obviously things have changed since then. This game has been cracked wide open. I don't think there's much else I can get. So let's try the crazy combo timing. Oops. Yeah, it definitely comes out a lot faster. Oh, and the game just crashed. Brilliant. All right, I'll be right back with mission 2. A lot of people think that this is the definitive version of the game. It definitely has a lot of issues. Like, I just got an update for XSplit Gamecaster, which is what I generally use for recording PC games. I usually use Broadcaster just for recording capture card stuff, and for streaming, I prefer to use Gamecaster because it tends to actually start rendering the video faster. And every time I have that program open now, I guess with the update they did, the game just doesn't work at all. So I don't know what the problem is with that. I have experienced that problem with other games as well. I remember back when Pirate Warriors 4, not Pirate Warriors 4, but Pirate Warriors 3 came out. I basically could not have my recording software open at all, otherwise the game wouldn't load. Wouldn't load. So I'll be right back, and I'll do mission 2. All right, I'm back. I'm definitely looking forward to the Switch version more. Now that this it's just seemingly seems to be crashing every single time I clear a map or level. I have no clue why. I actually downgraded my version of DDMK because I thought that was the issue, and it seems like it's just something's wrong with it. It may be because I'm running the game at a higher resolution than it's actually intended to. I have no clue. So let's go ahead and do mission 2. Make sure all my stuff's set up. Alright, I think if I increase the multiplier, it actually comes out faster, so let's check that out. Alright, so the game crashed again. I have no clue why this is happening, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to practice on this much until I find out why this is happening, or I get the Switch version early. I kind of wanted to play through this again on here and get better with the style switching. Obviously, I got the muscle memory down from playing 4 and 5, but I just have not really ever used it with the DMC3 moveset. So it'll take some time to get used to. Also, there's the issue of the fact that they are adding a full-on weapon wheel, like a radial weapon wheel, to DMC3 Switch, and we don't know how that's going to work. We don't know if it's going to be like the old style where you had all 3 weapons. In this game, you have 5 weapons and 5 guns. We don't know if you're going to have all 5 of them at once, or if it will be like DMC5, where you can kind of choose whatever you want your loadout to be. So if you want all 7 weapons, or you just want 1 or 2 or none, We don't know exactly how open and accessible that feature is going to be. So I don't even know how like productive it's going to be to actually practice on this right now. Unfortunately, I will go ahead and talk to the developer. I'll send him a message. Last I checked, I think he was like doing some real life stuff like tests or something. I don't know if he'll be able to actually help me out. I'll go ahead and I'll do some research. If I do get the key in advance, then I'll probably just put this on hold. I did send them an email earlier today, which is going to be the 11th by your guys' time. I actually sent them an email earlier today, and they mentioned that I would be hearing back about code availability sometime this week. Obviously, there's only a couple work days left in the week, so I assume I will hear back soon. Like I said, I just kind of have the assumption there's not going to be as many people asking for a code for this as there was for DMC5. So I have a hope that they'll look at my channel and they say I've been playing this stuff for a long time and maybe they'll give me one. If not, then I'm just going to buy it on the 20th because I've got enough ad revenue saved up to do it. So I'm sorry I can't really do much with this. If it's going to crash like this, then it's not even going to get to the point where I can save, which means I can't really progress through the game at all. I'll see what I can do, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Again, sorry to let you guys down. It's kind of out of my control at this point. Peace.